Coming to sum number 10th, we have AP perpendicular to this line PQ. BQ is also perpendicular to this line PQ. And AB is the diameter. This much is the given information. And we have to prove that seg CP is congruent to seg CQ. These two segments we have to prove congruent, means of course we have to pick which triangles. We have to pick this triangle CTP and CTQ. We have to prove them congruent. Once we prove them congruent, okay, this will automatically become your CSCT. Okay, now let us say triangle CPT and CQT we can take only once we have proper congruent parts. CT we have. Okay, you can see this is 90 degrees, so I'll first write CT is perpendicular to PQ. Okay, I'm writing here tangent theorem, or you can also write radius perpendicular to tangent. Okay, also you have AP perpendicular to PQ and BQ perpendicular to PQ. This both will have the same reason that is given. Now, when all three lines are perpendicular to the same line, that means they are parallel to each other. Therefore, seg AP is parallel to seg CT is parallel to seg BQ. Okay, the reason is all three lines are perpendicular to the same line. Okay, now if you see this 1 2 3, you have these lines are parallel. Okay, now what you have when three lines are parallel, I can write therefore PT upon TQ is equal to AC upon CB. Okay, because three lines are parallel, you have their intercepts also proportional. So this is by property of three parallel lines. Okay, and their transversals. Okay, this much you have. I'll give this point number 1. Okay, now you have AC is equal to CB. This both are equal because C is the center of the circle, so CA is equal to CB. Okay, so I'll write this as radii of same circle. Okay, these are radii of same circle, so therefore I'll continue here. AC equals to CB, so I can write this PT upon TQ is equal to 1 upon 1 because they are equal. AC equals to CB, so if you cross multiply this, you will get PT is equal to TQ. Correct? PT equals to TQ we got. This will help us, this point will help us in proving the triangles congruent. Okay, now I'll take in triangle CTP and triangle CTQ. Okay, in triangle CTP and triangle CTQ, first point I'll take this seg PT is congruent to seg TQ. Okay, this is from to. then you have seg CT congruent seg CT. This is common. Okay, and then you have angle, side angle side. Angle CTP is congruent to angle CTQ, each is 90 degree. Okay, therefore triangle CTP is congruent to triangle CTQ. This is by side angle side test. Okay, now once you got this, you can immediately write this. Once the triangles are congruent, you can write seg CP is congruent to seg CQ. This is what? CSCT. Okay, seg CT is congruent to seg CQ. This is CSCT. So hence this one is proved. Okay, then 11th one is your construction, and I have drawn the analytical figure here. Okay, so if you see, they have given draw circles with center A, B, C. So we have drawn circles with center A, B, C, each of radius 3 centimeter. So the radius of each one is 3 centimeter. Okay, and each circle touches the other two circles. So this is the criteria that all three circles are touching circles. Now this is the condition given. This is the rough figure, or you can call it the analytical figure. But how are you going to draw the fair figure? The fair figure says that AB is nothing but AP plus PB. Okay, that is 3 plus 3, that is 6 centimeter. Okay, AB, beg your pardon, AB is 6 centimeter. So similarly, BC is also 6 centimeter and AC is also 6 centimeter. Okay, all three are 6 centimeter. So what you will do first fundamentally is draw the equilateral triangle. Okay, so I'm first drawing this AB of 6 centimeter. Okay, this is an equilateral triangle. You will draw AB of 6 centimeter. Then take AB on the rounder, put the center here, put the pencil here, draw the arc. Okay, now put the rounder here, draw the arc. Okay, now this is your equilateral triangle. Drawing an equilateral triangle is not a difficult task. Every one of you can do it. Okay, now now ABC is an equilateral triangle of 6 centimeter. Now what you will do, from C you will take a radius of 3 centimeter. Okay, this is suppose 3 centimeter. Okay, so you are going to draw a circle of 3 centimeter, circle of radius 3 centimeter. Okay, because I am not using a rounder, so but it will be very much clear for you if you draw it with pencil scale and rounder. Okay, from A also you will draw the same. Okay, join this 3 centimeter. Okay, this will be touching circles. Okay, and from here also, from B 3 centimeter, so join this. Okay, so the very first step will be to draw the equilateral triangle. Now this becomes your P Q R, which will be 3 centimeter. The radius of this will also be 3 centimeter. Okay, so this is how you will draw it, and it will be very much it will be very much clear to you once you draw it with the compass. Okay, moving to the 12th one. Sum number 12 says that we have to prove that any 3 points on the circle cannot be collinear. So we have already taken a circle with center say O. Okay, points I have taken A, B, C. Okay, this we have to prove that they cannot be collinear. So first thing we will take is construction, and that is draw seg AB, BC and OA. AB, BC, OA. Okay, OB and OC also I'll take. OB and OC. Okay, so 5 segments we have drawn. Okay, now to begin with, I'll write seg OA is equal to seg OB. Why? Because they are radii of same circle. Okay, therefore point O is equidistant from the endpoints of segment AB. Okay, now see, point O is equidistant from the endpoints of segment AB. So you are remembering some theorem that you did last year in 9th standard. Therefore, point O lies on the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Okay, this is perpendicular bisector theorem. Okay, this is point number 1. Okay, so also I'll write OB is equal to OC, correct? OB is equal to OC. Okay, radii of same circle. So again I'll repeat the same steps. Okay, now I'll write therefore point O is equidistant from the endpoints of seg BC. Okay, this time it will be BC. Okay, therefore point O lies on the perpendicular bisector of BC. Okay, this is by perpendicular bisector theorem. Okay, point number 2. Okay, now if you see, O is the common point of perpendicular bisectors of like AB and AC, AB and BC. Okay, so therefore perpendicular bisectors of AB and BC intersect at point O. Correct? So I'll write here, I'll use this space. Therefore, perpendicular bisectors of segment AB and segment BC intersect at O. Okay, let this be point number 3. Okay, then now we'll take negative assumption. Okay, this is called negative assumption proof, which you have done in 9th standard. So let us assume that A, B, C are collinear. Okay, if we take them collinear, then bisectors of AB, BC intersect at point O. Okay, they intersect at point O. Okay. Now, if I say perpendicular bisector of seg AB, ABC are collinear, then bisectors of seg AB and BC are parallel. They will become parallel. Okay, and do not intersect. Okay, so if ABC are collinear, okay, the bisectors of this will become parallel. Okay, which is contradiction of statement number 3. They cannot be parallel. Okay, because see, this is statement number 3, which contradicts statement 3. Okay, so therefore our assumption is false. Okay, therefore you can write this again, points A, B, C cannot be collinear. Okay, then coming to sum number 13th. Coming to sum number 13th, you can see the figure given. Okay, this quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral, and there are 5 questions given in 13th one, 5 sub questions, but we are going to do first 3, another 2, 4th and 5th one I'll do after this. Okay, so let us begin with the first one. They have asked what is the sum of angle TAQ and angle TSQ. Very simple, TAQ and TSQ, they are opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so they will be supplementary. Okay, so you will simply write in triangle, beg your pardon, quadrilateral TAQS is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, therefore angle TAQ plus angle TSQ equals to 180 degree. What is the reason? Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, with this you have done the first one. Okay, and coming to second one, we are asked to find angles congruent to angle AQP. See, AQP, it is intercepting which arc? This arc. Okay, so the angles that are intercepting the same arc are ASQ. You can see ASQ is also intercepting the same arc, and ATQ is also intercepting the same arc. Okay, so let us move on to the second one, which says that angle ATQ and angle ASQ, okay, are congruent to angle AQP. What is the reason here? You will write by tangent secant theorem. Okay. Coming to third sub question, it is similar. They have asked angle QTS. You can see QTS. If you see QTS, it is intercepting which arc? This arc. So is there any other angle which is intercepting the same arc? Yes, QAS. Yes or no? QAS and also SQR. SQR is also intercepting the same arc. So I'll write angle QAS and angle SQR, okay, are congruent to angle QTS. Okay, you can write here by tangent secant theorem. Okay, let us move on to the fourth and fifth sub question. Fourth one says that angle TAS equals to 65 degrees. Okay, TAS is 65 degree. So find angle TQS. You can see TAS is intercepting the same arc and TQS is also intercepting the same arc. So I can write angle TAS is congruent to angle TQS. They are angles inscribed in the same arc. Okay, therefore angle TQS equals to 65 degrees. Okay, TAS is 65 degrees, TQS is also 65 degrees. Correct? And we have to find measure arc TS. Okay, now measure arc TS, I can write angle TQS. Any angle I can take, TQS or TAS, both are 65 degree. TQS is half of measure arc TS. Yes or no? This is by inscribed angle theorem. Okay, so angle TQS, I'll write the measure, it is 65 equals to half of measure arc TS. Okay, 2 will move here, it will become 130 in the next step. So measure arc TS equals to 130 degrees. Okay, TS we got 130 degree. Now let us see fifth one. AQP is 42 degrees. So I'll just write here, this is 42 degree AQP. SQR is 58 degree. So I'll write here, this is 58 degree. Find angle ATS. No, how can we find angle ATS? We know one thing, that angle ATS plus angle AQS equals to 180 degree. Correct? This we know, ATS plus AQS is 180 degree. This is opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, now there is some relation of ATS with AQS. This simply means if I know AQS, I can find ATS easily. Okay, so AQS, if you observe, AQS is like this. This angle we have to find out of these three angles. If you see these three angles, they are making a linear pair. Okay, they are making a straight line. So out of these three angles, two angles we know, this is 42, this is 58. So we'll get easily what is AQS. If we get AQS, we can easily find what is ATS. Okay, so I'll write angle PQA plus angle AQS plus angle SQR equals to 180 degree. I can simply write linear pair. Because I am saying pair, so I'll just put a bracket here, 1 and 2. Okay, now substitute. PQA is 42, AQS you don't know, SQR 58 equals to 180 degree. Okay, now angle AQS plus, this is 58 plus 42, how much? 100 equals to 180. Okay, so you got AQS equals to 180 minus 100 is 80 degrees. Okay, so coming to ATS, this is point number, I'll write 1. From 1, angle ATS plus 80 degrees is equal to 180 degree. Okay, I am writing this point again, and instead of AQS I have written this as 80 degrees. So ATS is equal to 180 minus 80, so that is how much? 100 degrees. Okay, so this is how we found angle ATS. Okay, so with this we finish our 13th one. Let us move on to sum number 14th. Coming to sum number 14th, you can see these two chords are congruent. Angle POR is given 70 degrees and one of the arc RS is given 80 degrees. Okay, with this much information we have to find these three things. Let us start with the first one, measure arc QR. So it is very easy. Measure arc QR is, PR is nothing but what is the central angle given. So I'll write angle POR equals to 70 degrees. Okay, so therefore measure arc PR is also equal to 70 degree. Okay, this is called definition of measure of minor arc. Okay, so measure arc PR is equal to 70 degrees. Okay, now you have to find measure arc QS. Okay, so it is very simple. Measure arc QS is nothing but the sum of these three arcs, this plus this plus this. Now you can see these two chords are congruent, so I'll write measure arc chord RS is congruent to chord PQ. Okay, this is given. Okay, therefore I'll write, therefore measure arc RS is equal to measure arc PQ. Okay, this is equal to 80 degree also. Okay, so I'll write this, corresponding arcs of congruent chords. Okay, corresponding arcs of congruent chords. Now because this is equal to 80 degrees, okay, so I'll write measure arc QS is equal to measure arc QP plus measure arc PR plus measure arc RS. Okay, this is called arc addition axiom. So QP, you know, it is 80 degrees plus PR we wrote it is 70 degrees plus again 80 degrees. So how much is it? 80 plus 80, 160. 160 plus 70, 16 plus 7 is 23. So it is 230 degrees. Okay, that is measure arc QS. Okay, so Now they have asked what is measure arc QSR. Okay, so measure arc QSR is equal to measure arc QS plus measure arc SR. Okay, QS, this arc, if you see, it will be 360 minus 230. Okay, this was 230 plus this is 80 degree, correct? 360 minus 230 is 130. Okay, 130 plus 80 is how much? It is 210 degrees. Okay, if in case you take measure arc QS as this one, okay, for your second question, if you take as this one, your answer will be 130 degree and not 230 degree. Okay, so with this we come to the end of 14th one. We'll begin the 15th one in the next part of the video. Till then, keep practicing. Goodbye, good luck.